Hey everybody, how y'all doing? So, I had watched, it took me about a week to watch David's video here, and that whole week trying to figure out what it really meant and, what, if I wanted to say something back, what would that possibly be? And I think that it took me so long because I was, just dumbfounded, um, just surprisingly struck. And I mean, I know that it's a rant and I know that it's just YouTube and people are blowing off steam literally and with like the special effects, which is funny. Um, but I wasn't so much shocked because there was something very specific that was going on as far as how I experienced it. And there were different things that you talked about, like who's the majority of people here and who's the blah blah and this and that. Which it kind of made me think, oh, I wonder if you've never been the minority. Because I think that was one of the most offensive things about Christmas was that um, I wasn't invited to it. And what I mean by that is, as a little kid, they would go, oh, blah, 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 Santa, blah, blah, blah. And I would look at them and I'd go, no, and they'd go, oh, so sorry, or whatever it was. And I was like, that was maybe like three or four. Then as you get older and you're like, no, we don't celebrate that. Kids just get older and more honest, right? And and then they'll ask you, oh, so you just celebrate something else, you know? And then if you tell them whatever it is, there was always kind of a, oh, that's great. Well, I hope you have a fun one. So the idea was still very separate. And then getting older, you get teenager a little contemptive about it. Fine. You're not invited. I think I think that's why Christmas doesn't mean anything because if it's not for everybody, then yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. Anyhow, point of the story being roundabout way to get there, huh? I I watched as you were talking about Penn Jillette, and when he was saying things about can we all just hang out and relax and enjoy the season? It's like, that sounded very Christmassy to me. Um, Not using the word Christmas, which I don't even think you use that word either because when you're at church you say, that whole long sentence with the nativity and ends with the word flesh, which I can never remember them all and I don't even know in the middle of the sentence what I was saying, so I don't even bother to try to say it, and you only have to say it once a year, so how could I possibly memorize it? Anyway, yeah, 25th of December. Unless you're with the other calendar, and I'm not going to keep track of all that for you. Anyhow, I mean, that's where it's important that that happens. But in a secular setting, um, there's no observance. So I just totally didn't get that. In Tucson, where I live, there's actually a neighborhood who has a festival. They have a festival every year. And I wonder if it would really bother you. Um, because it's not called a Christmas festival. It's not even called like a holiday festival. It's called Winterhaven, which, we don't have winter here, so it's kind of like a play on that, I guess. I don't really know how the name of it got started, but it's like over 60 years old. And everybody in this neighborhood just really decorates their house up. And they're not required to, but it's to celebrate all of the different gift-giving holidays that have to do with light at this time. So you got round about five, you know, um, and everyone gets to enjoy everyone else's because everyone's invited to everyone else's, and there's no competition, and everybody just gets along and enjoys the differences as well as the similarities. But the best part of it is that they're actually not just there to have fun. They've raised over like I think like $19,000 last year, and then they raised like 45,000 pounds of food for the food bank. Which that sounds very Christmassy to me. Uh, I mean, isn't that what it's supposed to be? I don't understand how Christmas could ever become about, so much exclusion, um, because it would seem to me that if that was happening, then who's the party for? Because if you're having a party in somebody's honor and you're doing the opposite of what they did, I don't know how you're honoring them, even by using the word. So then maybe by having a party or a get-together and not using the word, but finding charity in your heart and forgiveness and joy and fellowship. Um, yeah, Rose by any other name. Peace.